Everything the Alliance does and succeeds at happens only with support of people like yourselves. All of the hope and vision and commitment that exists in this community to end homelessness.
10 years ago, a lot of the concepts which today are just so everyday to us around harm reduction and those kinds of things were really rather terrifying for a lot of the organizations to kind of venture into. And AIDS, which was and continues to be a terrible thing in many regards, was in fact something which really brought our community together and which really forced us as healthcare providers to learn how to tackle very complex problems and how to do things better. And so I would say that that was probably one of our greatest achievements of the last 10 years.
During the past 10 years also, the Minwash, Ottawa, and Inuit population has also seen outreach workers. So they develop their own programming with other organizations. And in order to feel safe, it is very important, and so along that line with culture and what we do at Waldron is create that place to be safe. And without culture, housing retention will be almost impossible.
When the group started, it was a very small little group, and we started looking beyond ourselves, which we brought in people like Tim Aubrey, who was doing research on homelessness, and we started looking across the country at different models of homelessness and how people were finding housing in the different parts of Canada and in the States. It helps to bring people together and bring all their ideas, including the researchers, the people who have done the other types of housing, and how can we get people out of shelters into homes. Really, it's one of the most important things we can do for their mental health and their physical health.
We have to take a systems approach to housing, that we have to understand that all the connections are important, that it's not good enough just simply to take one narrow slice of an issue and then assume that we've solved that.
The simple objective of Housing First, from my perspective, is simply housing stability. What does it take for us, as a group, as a country, as a city, as an organization, to support that individual in remaining successfully in housing?
Well, the biggest challenge, I think, in ending homelessness is that unless we dig back, unless we really focus our efforts on prevention, we're not going to go anywhere. The key is to work way earlier on, to intervene as early as we can, to provide the right types of environments to see people not go down that pathway.
It's really important to get the research out there, to share our results, but we're also able to learn about other research that's going on and how we can kind of incorporate that into what we're looking at, and if there's any other interesting results that we should be analyzing in our research as well, and future directions that we could potentially take it.
What I'm coming home with is just a reminder of how committed this community is. For people to participate for an entire day, we've heard so many speakers and table talk presentations and so on, and there's this genuine interest in people hearing what everybody is doing, and I think that's a really encouraging kind of thing. And there's, it's clear that people find strength by sharing stories with one another and by sharing experiences, and that's a really encouraging thing. So it's a really strong community.